Ghostbusters!
Welcome everybody to Two's Company Three's a podcast, Newcastle's #1 film, TV and gaming podcast. Remember kids, sometimes you're just not cut out for it and that's okay. My name is Dylan and as always with my co-host
Mitchell, and it's time to count out the sum of Euler's Totian function over the first 18 integers because it's time for 2C3 Pod calling an ambulance in India.
So good. Thank you.
Face it, some people go into other people's mouths and they don't come out.
What? What?
Face it, some people come into other people's mouths and they don't come out.
No, I don't know it.
That's
No.
Branch from Trolls 2016.
Oh.
I'm in a bit of a zone this week
Yeah,
with
like
Trolls. I'm like, oh man, I really want to see World Tour, but they fucked us.
Yeah. They go into somebody's mouths and they don't come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
because
when
they
it
get
gets
eaten, don't they? By the...
I took out a word there because he says, face it, Poppy. Some people, exactly.
That would have given it away too easy.
That's after the Bergen, like, the King, what's his name? King, whatever his name is, Gristle, puts the hippie one, Russell Brand's one, into his mouth, and she's like, no, and then we're going to save him. No, he's dead.
I forget that they eat them in that film.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's pretty horrifying, but I forget about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 2C3 Pod's Friday edition. It's going to be Trailer Park and Yosel Pass coming at you fresh and from afar. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's next Wednesday. We'll be coming at you fresh and from afar. Yeah, that's right. DTCR is returning next week after we view the film at the theaters for the first time in, how long has it been?
It feels like 4 or 5 months.
Really?
I mean, it has been 4 or 5 months, but it feels like 6 to 10 years.
Oh, it really has. The last film that I had to review was Bloodshot.
What was the last film that I saw?
The week before Bloodshot. I cannot remember.
I can't remember.
You at least had a
Fantasy Island.
Oh,
maybe.
No, Fantasy Island was solo, the 2 episodes that I missed. And then we came back and we had at least, I'd say, 2 more reviews before then.
Yeah, okay.
But the last one was Bloodshot and you couldn't get to see it, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, well, I didn't really want to, so I kind
Exactly.
I
dodged the perfect bullet there.
I took the opportunity not to see that film.
That's right.
When it comes on demand, I'll watch it because it does fascinate me because I am into like silly action hero-esque movies.
You'll have to stay tuned to the end of the episode and maybe you won't have to wait for on demand.
Ooh, we shall see. I definitely ain't paying
right.
for it though. But ladies and gentlemen, Yasel Pass is where we usually rip into what's coming into the cinemas.
That's after we get into the first segment.
That's correct.
That's the way we're structuring it.
I'm so excited.
I know. No, it's been that long since we've had both segments that
right.
It's very. It's an easy mistake to make to want to rip into one of them that we've missed so much. But we're saving it for the end. So stay tuned.
For sure. But a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. My name is Dylan, and with my co-host
Mitchell.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Mainly Facebook at 2C3Pod. Find us on all of those social media platforms, of course.
And wherever you're listening to us, thank you for your continued support. And whether it's on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube, Big Summer Blower, make sure wherever it is, like, share it with a friend, subscribe, do all that jazz. And most importantly, if there's a rating system or a review system, chuck us 5 stars, write us a little review. Just, all of those little things really do help the show.
That's right. This is episode 102. So we've been doing this for a while. So we'd really like some feedback as well. So leave a comment down below what you think of this podcast, what you want to hear from us. But most importantly, leave those ratings.
Absolutely.
As Mitch just suggested. Get there eventually. We've got
102 of these, eh?
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. We've got a spot of merch over at tpublic.com. Go over there and find the links to our merchandise. And Redbubble, of course. But most importantly as well, we do have Patreon.
Yes.
If you want to listen to this episode 2 days prior, then you have access to this episode. Get on Patreon.
If you want the power to basically time travel.
Seriously,
get on over there.
If you want to blast from the past, but blast to the future or something like that.
If you want some time-space continuum jargon,
then
head on over to Patreon. 3 very affordable tiers, $1, $2, and $5. All of the dollary dues that we get from that come straight back into the show, especially things like giveaways, which you would have automatic entries to if you sign up on any level on Patreon.
Yeah.
And speaking of giveaways, we do have one coming up in the next week or so. So get excited, ladies and gentlemen.
Get very bloody excited.
And that all ties back to the social medias. Make sure to keep up on Facebook and Instagram because that's where it'll be. That's right. If you want to hit up on those giveaways, if you're not a Patreon subscriber and you want to be a part of these giveaways, definitely find us on social media and follow us on there, of course, so that way you are notified for whenever we do something legitimate and exciting like that. Exactly, of course. But anyway, should we get rip, snort, and tearing into this bad boy?
What are we getting rip, snort, and tearing into? I'm not really sure.
I said it before. I know we're doing Yasel Pass later, but I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah.
But normally there's some kind of... what?
Do you hear that?
What? Is Coda barking?
No.
Oh, do we need to cut the audio or?
Maybe. Can you hear it?
Betty, my cousin wife's trying to head on down to the trailer park. There we go. Pressing that keyboard button. I don't have to ruin my voice every week trying to say Betty Sue, my cousin wife.
What? Tunnel down the trailer park.
Exactly. It's time to rip on down to the trailer park, ladies and gentlemen.
As you do sometimes.
Exactly, that's right. But anyway, it's time to head on down to the trailer park. This is where we review the freshest trailers that have hit the interwebs this week. And of course, this week's been a monster one because we did the special blast from the past last week. So we missed last week's trailers. So I found 12 solid mainstream trailers that we were going to review. I cut the list to 7 because fuck doing 12.
Yeah, that would take the entire episode.
So there's a couple that I'll shout out at the end if you wanted to watch their trailers, but otherwise, let's just get straight into it, shall we? All right, the first cab off the rank, or trailer off the park, as I always say, is Palm Springs. Now, our first trailer this week is a time-space continuum-based comedy. That's why it was in my head.
Yep.
Because it was the
I
first
thought I heard that somewhere, but
exactly,
yeah.
that's right. Based comedy set at a gorgeous resort wedding. Kristen? Do you
want me to take this one, man?
No. I'm just, it's just an odd spelling. Kristen, and it's a female, like instead of Kristen. Anyway, Kristen Milalti stars as a single woman attending a friend's wedding where she meets eligible bachelor Andy Samberg. As they embark on their lustful night, Samberg gets shot with a bow and arrow. As he crawls into a cave to die, she follows him and they find a glowing light, and then bam! She wakes up and begins the same day again. Essentially, it's Groundhog Day, but more than one person can be knowingly stuck in the same loop. So together they are now stuck for eternity in the loop of the same day. Along the way, they drink, do drugs, presumably fuck, fly airplanes, crash into trucks, and bump into J.K. Simmons, who also appears to be stuck in the same loop. Exploding onto Hulu, god fucking damn it, like a bomb from a wedding cake, 10th of July.
Thanks for reminding me at the very end that I'm not going to be able to see this film.
I know.
Because this
sucks.
I'm usually not a fan of Andy Samberg. Although everything that I've seen him in, I've enjoyed.
Have you watched Brooklyn?
No.
Okay.
I've walked past the television when it's been on.
Yeah, okay. But that's definitely worth a watch, I'll just say. Very good
I know,
show.
that's the thing. Like, every time I've actually sat and actually, like, watched what's on screen, I go,
exactly.
It's clever. But like an idiot.
Yes, but...
Andy Samberg, like, he's obviously been in comedies for a long time now.
Yes.
He's been in, like, mainly TV shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and he's been in, like, feature-length films as well, like Hot Rod and...
Daddy's Boy. Daddy's Home? Daddy's Boy?
Definitely not Daddy's Home.
Yeah, I think it's Daddy's Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, Adam Sandler. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah, no.
That's my boy.
That's my boy.
That's the one.
No wonder I don't remember it. But, so
Exactly.
Andy Samberg, J.K. Simmons, and Kristen Milalti. Yeah. So they're all stuck in this, as you said, Groundhog Day, Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat kind of time loop where if they either fall asleep or they die, they just wake up and reset that day. There's even a glimpse in the trailer where the female protagonist, essentially, the character, she goes to the other side of the country to escape.
They go on a road trip,
she wakes up back in the bed the morning of that wedding.
And then he explains, he said, I went on heroin for and ended up in Cambodia or something.
Huge waste
and
of
he's
time.
like, it was a waste of time. Yeah, exactly. So he ends up trying to stretch the day into like 2 days and a trip overseas and still woke up.
Yeah, that's
in the exact same moment. Yeah.
So it's a fascinating, as you said, science fiction timey-wimey telling of a story that we've seen 100 times before, but each time they're told in their own unique way.
Exactly.
And obviously, like any of these films based on time, day, repeating, don't think too hard, otherwise you'll shoot yourself. No. So just enjoy what the story is trying to be and the story it's trying to tell and the comedy that comes behind the idea of having to relive the same day, especially at a wedding. And not only that too, but being aware that you're stuck in this time loop with other people, the fun you're going to have, and that's what this film represents. Like, it shows them trying to sleep with the bride and groom on separate occasions, and if it doesn't work, they go die and start again. You know?
Exactly. That's right. Not only that, then when they, I assume they figure out that J.K. Simmons, or another wedding guest, is also there. Yeah, exactly. But then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, the priest up there has coke in his jacket pocket, and then Andy Samberg, middle of the ceremony, just walks up, reaches into his pocket, and he goes, "Yeah, you're right. All right, thanks, guys." And just leaves.
Then the reaction shot of the female character was like as in she's aware of what's happening, but she's okay with it because she's been in this before.
Exactly, and him having all these situations at the wedding, like you said, it's such a unique premise in that sense, where he can try something new each time, like try and fuck the bride on the first dance,
or the groom. He's got plenty of time.
Plant a bomb in the wedding cake and then be like, it's all right, I'm a bomb guy, and just like fire it away, and he doesn't care, because if he explodes, he just wakes up again. I'm looking forward to this. Like, I'm hoping with it going to Hulu, I assume there'll be an on-demand portion where I can rent it. And if that's the case, I'm all about it. Yeah. This is a big summer blowout for me because it does look like a fresh take on the comedy. Looks like it has some nice drama-y touch to it as well, and a bit of romance in it as well. It looks like it has everything you need.
Yeah, I wouldn't think this would be a fully comedy from start to finish. No. I'd imagine there'd be those resolves towards the end where it gets emotional. But
well, there's that hilarious moment where they're driving in the car and she's like, I'm going to fucking end this now. And he like goes straight for the head-on collision with a truck. And he's like, puts his head on the dashboard. So you know his neck's going to snap when they go head on. And he's like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. And just puts his head down, you know? Like, so it does go and touch those dark tones where she's like, I'm going to kill myself because fuck this.
Yeah.
You know? So,
One positive thing, I mean, there's been plenty of positives that we've said about this, but one very thing in specific that is kind of surprising for a film like this, Rotten Tomatoes. This came out earlier at Sundance earlier this year, and now it's getting its Hulu release a bit later on, as you mentioned. 100% tomato meter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's rare and crazy. And
especially for a comedy like this.
No, that's exactly right. But also, it's incredibly rare because normally, as it said in the trailer, 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Normally, you get dickheads going, I'm going to ruin that.
By review bombing it. Yeah.
Exactly, that's right. But no, that's fantastic that it's still holding up. Is that what you just double checked?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's still there.
People are still loving it. So
that's a great sign.
Yeah, that's right. So audience rating and critical rating. Oh, sorry, no, this is all critical rating. There's no audience score just yet because it's obviously not out yet for the basic audiences.
That's right. So it's going to dip at the moment when that happens.
Possibly. But in saying that, it's on a very good track record at the moment for being an absolute darling of a film where people worldwide are really going to enjoy.
Yeah.
We've seen these concepts before. There's no point getting upset about the whole, killing yourself suicide thing because we've seen these films and they play it off like it's not a serious film touching on those subjects. It's the subject matter and it's hilarious.
That's right, and it's the kind of concept that you can't go, well, that could actually happen.
No, that's right.
So exactly, just enjoy the ride, and it looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, ripping into the second one that we have coming for you this week, we have Ava. Jessica Chastain, John Malkovich, and Colin Farrell are teaming together in this new action thriller from director Tate Taylor. The film stars Chastain as a redheaded bombshell female assassin for hire who is incredibly good at her job. Only issue is she likes a bit of talky talk. Bloody women. So when her boss finds out, that's a joke. So when her boss finds out that she likes to talk to her targets before she kills them, he's like, nah, not good, eh? And puts a hit out on her. So now she and Malkovich must fight back against Farrell and a whole swoon of hit people. Cruising into theaters like a rich dude to his death, September.
I like my spy thriller action films.
Absolutely.
I've talked about Atomic Blonde, which is still on my hit list, so at least they're on. I like my James Bond films.
Yes.
I liked Anna, which was on Amazon and now at JB Hi-Fi as well.
Who was the lead in Anna?
Some Russian model.
Oh, okay.
So very unique film and good in its own right.
Yep.
This is yet another, as you mentioned, spy thriller female protagonist. I want Red Sparrow as well with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
This film is very similar to those other films that I just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Except the only difference is that it has a completely A-list cast.
Yes.
Jessica Chastain is pretty much killer in everything I've seen her in. I don't think I've ever seen a bad performance from her.
Yeah, and especially coming off the back of It Chapter 2. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's right. John Malkovich as well, which I adore. Common, he's fine as a supporting character.
He's okay in that secondary role.
That's right. But it looks like essentially like protagonist and antagonist. Protagonist being Jessica Chastain's character. As you mentioned, she's this hit woman essentially, and when she's placing these hits rather than just carrying them out normally, her boss, played by Colin Farrell, gets wind that she's actually speaking to these people, trying to understand why there's hits out on them. But it looks like in the trailer, even though she's uncovering the reasons why perhaps and talking to these people, she still follows through with the job. So for whatever reason, there must be there must be a moment in the film where she starts to lose her grip and maybe doesn't want to kill people for certain reasons.
I think it's
I don't know.
I think it's the other way, where she has 100% strike rate, perfect hit woman. That was
that was a door closing.
That was a hit woman. But I think it's the other way, where she has a perfect strike rate, perfect hit woman, but she uncovers reasons as to what people are putting hits out for, and those are clients, and she's finding out clientele information and who they are.
Oh, so this film is Wanted.
Essentially,
but films, that's fine.
But no, exactly, that's right. But no, I think that's where it's leaning towards. Not that she lets people go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a bad guy could sit there and say, "I have a family, a wife, and kids," and if she's like, "Oh, okay, no, not good enough," and still shoots, you're not going to be following that character and supporting them, But I think it's because she's finding out Colin Farrell's clientele.
There's always that tale in these films of like, there's always a mole, or there's always something that leads back to somebody who's involved in the agency. These films always do that, so I'm hoping for something different, but I highly doubt it.
No, that's That's exactly right.
It'll probably happen the exact way that you just mentioned.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
uncovers something that she wasn't supposed to by talking to these people.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the idea of Colin Farrell being the main antagonist.
Yeah.
And I like it when a film developer, film creator, casts Colin Farrell and they say, hey, use your native accent.
Oh, I love it so much.
I love it when all films just go, hey, we have these actors and they can all do their native accents because there's no point making Chris Hemsworth an American.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Thor is now an Australian.
Yep, exactly. Why the fuck
in
not?
Extraction, he was Australian. Colin Farrell is full-blooded Irish.
Exactly. And Colin Farrell using his traditional accent. Yes will pass later in the episode. Stay tuned. But either way, man, Big Summer Blowout. It looks fun.
This movie really does look fun. Yeah. By Vertical Entertainment, they've done a lot of good things in the past. The cast is stacked. I love the type of story it's trying to tell. When did you say it was coming out?
September. September in theaters to the US. I believe it's around September 14 or so. I didn't put the exact date because in Australia, we'll probably get it a week or so later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at the director as well before we move on to the next one.
You're
Taylor.
Right. Yes.
A name that we're not familiar with going off our reactions. However, responsible for a film that I've been yet to check out, which is on Amazon, Ma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a reason I chucked his name in there, so I would hope that we discussed him because I looked up his credits and went, oh shit, okay. Yeah, no, very good. He's actually a seasoned director.
Got chops, yeah. But if you look at the very first film, Chicken Party, that reminds me that 20 years ago this month, Chicken Run was released in cinemas.
That's right, exactly. I saw that little pop up and I was like, holy shit. And not only that, as we spoke about probably a few months ago on the podcast, they're doing a second one.
That's right.
They're working on it, dude. So I'm excited for that, man. I can't wait. But
Chicken Run is like School of Rock. It's one of those movies that will never age and it will always be good no matter how many times you watch it.
I think you're the first person to compare and reference Chicken Run and School of Rock in the same sentence. Well done, sir.
Yes, thank you.
But Ava, as we were talking about, this is the big summer blowout for me. I'm looking forward to it, even though it may seem cliche. The cast list alone, and I love me some John Malkovich.
Yep.
So I'm all about this, man. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right. Rip, snorting, tearing into... Wait, was it Big Summer Blowout for you, of course?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Yes?
I think I forgot to watch this trailer. Anyway, continue.
No, that's fine. Blessed is your soul because you got lucky.
Okay.
Anyway, Made in Italy is our third trailer this week. In the writing-directing debut for James Darcy, we find action thriller star Liam Neeson teaming up with Michael Richardson for this drama about a father and son who decide to head across the pond from their home in Mother England to a house they inherited from their deceased wife, mother, in Tuscany, Italy.
Must be the greatest experience of their life.
Tasked with the restoration, cause fighting old memories and the rat baguettes. They must first face the past before they can move into the future. Dripping into theatres like a water leak through a huge hole in August.
Fuck, you do that well, man.
Thank you. I thought I'd add a bit of spice to it because you didn't watch this?
No.
Lucky boy.
Okay.
Yeah, because essentially we have Liam Neeson in the swan song of his career where he's not an action star anymore.
Okay,
so he's teaming up with, I believe it's Michael Richardson because it's got the little thing over the A. Yeah, Michael Richardson. And essentially father and son, they live in England. And their wife, mother, passed away many years ago, but she owned a house in Tuscany.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the son says, hey, we need to sell that because I want some money. And he's like, oh, righto, we'll go and fix it up. Absolute fucking train wreck of a house. It's been sitting there
dilapidated.
Dilapidated, thank you, for many years. So it's all fallen apart. And they're in England and they don't know how to speak Italian. So there's a little bit of comedy in that regards where they find a possum or a weasel in the bathroom and they're trying to explain to the locals it's like a big rat, like a rat baguette.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit of comedy there, but basically it's about facing the past where the son didn't know the mother that well because he was too young when she died, and the father... That's right, Liam Neeson's key line and his line in the film about the deceased mother is, you can't remember her, but I can't forget her. Like, and it's like, oh, you know, like, and
so it's
he
one
falls
of those,
in love with an Italian chick. And yeah.
So this is one of those films that's probably made for women in their 50s.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And but obviously Liam Neeson, he's still a handsome man. Yeah. Obviously, like, we all know that he's definitely in the later years of his life and he's no longer going to be flipping around like Qui-Gon Jinn or the dude from Taken.
Exactly.
I remember watching Taken 3, which was the last Taken film that he was in at cinemas, and he was like in his 60s then.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember him punching on. Fair enough, it looks cool. Like, I can buy into it with a character like that with Rambo.
Yes.
Because Sylvester Stallone is like the biggest man of his age.
That's right.
You know, Liam Neeson, fair enough, he's got the tough accent and the voice, but he doesn't have the body. Like, he's an actor at heart.
He's got an actor's body.
That's right. Yeah. He's an actor first and foremost, so he can put it on. Yeah. But, like, you can see through, like, his knitted shirt that he's like this frail man.
Yeah,
and he's punching on wearing like a thick leather jacket. Like it's hard. It's hard to buy into him being a super tough action star. Although The Grey, have you seen that where he gets stuck in the
wolf one?
Yeah,
no,
not bad.
Okay, yeah,
but yeah, I understand that he's going to step into these kind of films. Yeah, and that's fine. But in saying that, Big Summer Blunder, because I will not be seeing this.
No, exactly right. Big Summer Blunder for me as well, because it's not my cup of tea. But at the same time, I think
the bowl of pasta either.
I think
whatever Italy things.
They do sit there in a very awkward exchange and slurp spaghetti. I'm serious in the trailer. But I think after the trailer last year, Ordinary Love, you remember that one?
Yeah. Wait, Sam Neill, the Australian cast?
No, Liam Neeson and that chick, and it looked like the most boring piece of shit movie ever because it's literally just them in their day-to-day life and she gets cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
I think from that point, we've now realized that, okay, he's at that stage of his career where he's just going to take these jobs, and I'm sure it could be a fine film because he's a fine actor.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not what we want.
It's not our cup of tea. Exactly. Not here at 2C3 Pod,
that's
sure.
right. All right. But anyway, moving on to the fourth one on the list this week, we have Greenland. Well, shit. Could this potentially be a Gerard Butler film I want to see? Let's find out together as we review the trailer for Greenland. Butler stars as the Prime Minister for the icy country of Greenland. Next minute, he's the suburban father living in the US where there is comet fragments falling to Earth. Everyone is excited to see this once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon, but oh no, they didn't predict correctly and the comet fragment rips apart the US. With more fragments expected to fall, the race is on to save his family, and in some way I assume the entire human race, filled with action doomsday cliches like traffic jams on bridges, aggressive military, and of course a countdown clock, ripping into theaters like the dust fragments from a comet August 14th.
When I first saw this trailer, right before I started watching it, I thought to myself, okay, what year was it that Gerard Butler turned into Nicolas Cage?
Oh, because that's a tasty comparison.
The reason I say this is because Nicolas Cage took... No, sorry, I didn't think that. I wish I could take that joke back. I can't now. I mean, it's a recording. I could edit it out, but I'm not going to because I won't deliver it anywhere near as
We don't do that. Unedited, unfiltered, and
unnecessary. What I was going to say is, when did Gerard Butler buy a castle? Because
he's just...
Yep, Nick Cage. Yeah. Because he seems to be only taking one genre of film. Nick Cage only takes kind of low-budget action films to pay for his castle, whatever. Some of them are good, some of them are bad.
That castle's gone, dude, by the way.
He's still kind of making up for it.
Exactly.
It seems like. Anyway, Gerard Butler, like the only things I've seen him in prominently in the last maybe 5 years have been like disaster films.
Yes.
I know there was Den of Thieves, which I'm yet to check out. Apparently not great. He's had like The Angel Has Fallen, London Has Fallen movies.
That's what I was
saying. But the last one that I remember him being in advertised at my local cinema was Geostorm, where he's so basically they've got devices scattered around the planet to kind of manipulate the weather. And then like something happens, and then like a geostorm basically means a huge deadly storm that encapsulates the entire planet. And he's up in space and he has to stop it somehow. Anyway, apparently a really bad film.
No, really?
I see this and I'm like, okay, it's another worldwide disaster film, which reminds me of that film 2012 with John Cusack, which sucked huge balls.
Wasn't that good.
It's also reminiscent of Snowpiercer, where like the world is ending, they're all rushing to the crafts that are going to save them and shit goes west.
Tom Holland in that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chris Evans was in the movie, but now there's a TV series on Netflix, which is not bad.
I knew there was some kind of Avenger.
Jennifer Connelly's in it. She's good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway.
But, yes, you're right.
Yeah, the trailer for this actually intrigues me. It looks like, fair enough, it's a stock standard disaster movie, but it looks quite good.
Yeah, it looks like the quality is good as well, like as in the CGI that they would have to use for the comet exploding and stuff like that.
There's a lot of it.
It looks quite good, but it also didn't shove Gerard Butler down my throat.
Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of those movies sort of don't anymore, which is weird to me.
No, but yeah, for something that I've seen 1,000 times and even mentioned in the description, all the cliche doomsday type, like, things that they do, like, seriously, traffic jams on bridges, when the fuck will they stop doing that?
Oh, man.
Like, you know what I mean? But
so exciting.
Yeah, exactly. But everything about this trailer, though, I was like, okay, color me intrigued. You know, I want to see this comet fall, and then it gets to the stage where it basically just starts raining like not even big rocks, but just like, you know, enough to like ruin someone's day. You know,
what makes me like think too far into these kind of disaster films too is like, as much as I enjoy the schlockiness of them, is that there's a moment towards the end of the trailer where they reveal, this isn't a spoiler, it's in the trailer, where they reveal that the comets are actually starting to fall a lot sooner and a lot more frequently than they really anticipated, and the events start to occur. Everything starts falling to shit. The sky's on fire. You know, I would probably say this is probably 3/4 of the way through the film at this point.
Yeah.
And they're still reporting on the news about certain events. It's like
I saw that.
News reporter would be like at home trying to save her children.
Exactly.
She wouldn't
That's
be at work
right.
on
And
the
whoever's
news.
producing this in the studio, they're just chilling there going, oh, shit's rough out there.
Like what are they in like a secret underground?
No, they're trying to get the fuck out too.
That's right. So the news would not be on.
Exactly. That's right.
That's just me thinking way too far into these things.
Also, it's the trailer. It could have been chopped up and stuff. We don't know, but it looked like you said, the shit's already killing people. So
get out of there.
No, 100%. But either way, man, big summer blowout. I actually would go and sit with popcorn and watch this.
Yeah, that's right. A popcorn film. Another thing that colors me intrigued as well is on the obviously the very well known and well resourced Wikipedia.
Of course,
the production in May 2018. Chris Evans joined the cast of the film with Neil Blomkamp directing from a screenplay from Chris Sparling, the guy who wrote this film.
Right.
However, in February it was announced that Blondkamp, so they spelt it wrong. There's a spelling error in the Wikipedia page.
Shocking.
Would no longer direct the film. The same month, Rick Roman Waugh would direct the film with Gerard Butler joining the cast, replacing Blomkamp and Evans.
Yeah.
So Chris Evans was nearly the head of this and was replaced by Jerry, and then the director was almost Neil fucking Blomkamp.
That gives me even more sense that I want to see this, because if it had a script good enough to attract Blomkamp and Evans, it actually really could be fantastic.
That's
if
what
the
I
script
mean.
is that good to attract those two, even though they dropped out, there's still potential that this is really well written.
And guess who else is in it? I'm not sure if you recognized him from the trailer.
Ooh.
There was a split-second moment where him and Jerry Butler were having a conversation.
No.
We talked about him a couple of weeks ago in a film called The Babysitter.
Oh, Jonah Hill?
No.
The babysitter. That's
the
Jonah
babysitter.
Hill.
No, not that babysitter. The movie that you're thinking of, the one with Sam Weaving.
You might be referring to Scott Glenn.
No, King Back.
Oh yeah, I did see that in the helicopter. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing that they did with this trailer. That's in the first like 20 seconds. That King Back one line moment. I immediately in my head for my writing process, I was like, okay, reference old Vine, and then I forgot.
Okay,
because the trailer it drew me in and it looked great, you know. So yeah, but King Back, of course, he's in there. Props to him for making a career out of it.
I know, right? Yeah, he's good. He's actually good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this had the attention of Chris Evans and Neil Blomkamp, even though it's been passed on now, I still think that the film as a whole is probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult is also in this as well, so there's another fairly high caliber actor.
He wasn't in the trailer at all.
He's in the cast list.
Yeah.
So
that's nice though.
What
he wouldn't
going
sign
to be
on
doing,
for just a cameo.
I wouldn't think so.
No.
But who knows? Maybe he's doing a favor. But either way, big summer blowout. I think I will be seeing this.
Absolutely. All right, let's rip and tear into the fifth one on our list this week. We have RESPECT.
What do you want to say to me? I don't know.
Oscar winners Jennifer Hudson and Forrest Whitaker star alongside a Wayans brother in this autobiographical film about the legendary Aretha Franklin. Presumably telling the story, this was a teaser trailer by the way, presumably telling the story of her rise in show business and all of the hurdles she had to overcome in her career, personal life and spelling. With a stacked cast, a Wayans brother, dude, come on.
Yeah.
And interesting subject. This one may be one worth a look-see when it comes to screens. This theater's Christmas Day. I know. I don't know where I got screams into theaters Christmas Day.
Excellent.
Yes.
I swear that we talked about this on a trailer park before, hey, but I cannot remember when.
No, see, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't?
No.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've got them all catalogued in my head.
I'd imagine you would.
There was another one that
was similar to this?
Yeah.
It wasn't Judy.
No, it wasn't Judy. No, there was another one about an African-American singer. It wasn't Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, but, because I feel like I've seen this trailer, hey.
No, it's basically the same. Yeah, no, from the one that we watched. But anyway, so your thoughts on this Respect?
This is the only Aretha Franklin song that I think I've ever heard.
Same.
So I can't really look at it from the perspective of a fan.
Yes.
And I like, the fictionalized retellings of you know the ups and downs and the lives of former musical performers, and most of those films, for the most part, are okay. Yeah. This film, it looks like it's got a very high production value. Jennifer Hudson as Aretha Franklin, I think, is a good choice. Yep. Marlon Wayans, in this, it's excellent. I love to see his face every now and then in everything from time to time. It's good. What were you saying?
Google The High Note and let me know if that's the one you're thinking of.
Okay. Yeah. Overall, I think the film. Oh, High Note before I forget it.
No, you're right. Yeah. So I'm okay with the Wayans brother being in there. I love the fact that was that the one? Yeah. Exactly.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, no, most likely, we definitely reviewed that one on Trailer Park. Yeah. But anyway,
The High Note was about Dakota Johnson. That was her character trying to break into the music industry because she was writing the music.
Of course.
Yeah, so maybe not.
No,
anyway.
That's fine. Yep.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Yeah, Respect. It looks fine.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige is in this. As you said, Forrest Whitaker is great. Even in, what was his name? Samurai Dog? Sausage Dog? What was he called? I'll never forget that now. Street Samurai. Street Samurai.
I'm sure it was Samurai Dog.
Probably.
Samurai Dog Lord. Samurai Warlord. Samurai War Dog.
Dog Wars Dog.
Yeah, but after seeing that trailer, check the archives for the Blast from the Past where we review future Oscar winner Forrest Whitaker starring as a hood samurai. It was fantastic. Yeah, but anyway, man, this is one that I could see myself sitting down to watch.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a fantastic cast, as we just said, and the story, I assume it's got an interesting enough story that warrants this telling and drew in these actors and this kind of budget and studio, you know?
Absolutely. As I said, it's got a high production value, good cast behind it, and it's going to be telling an interesting story. I'm just not sure whether I'm going to be racing to see this. If it's on one day and maybe I might watch something on YouTube about Aretha Franklin that really piques my interest. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like, as I said, it looks like a good film.
Yeah.
I'm not stinging to see this, so I'm going to give this a blighted personally, but overall, I think it's going to be I said this wrong, didn't I?
You're still in the wrong segment, man. You're too excited for Aussie Pop Culture.
I am sorry. I'm going to give this
a Big Summer Blunder.
Big Summer Blunder, personally, but a Big Summer Blowout because I think this film is going to be good.
No, exactly. I think it's going to be a great film as well, but not my cup of tea. So Big Summer Blunder for me as well. All right, 2 more to go, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into Aussie Pass. We have Waiting for the Barbarians. Oscar winner Mark Rylance stars alongside the Batman and the Pirate of the Caribbean in this period piece and film festival favorite. Set in the 19th century at an unnamed Asian outpost / frontier, we find a magistrate for the frontier questioning his leader's intentions when all they seemingly want to do is wipe out the barbarians. As this is their land and he doesn't understand why they want to kill and displace the locals, look artsy? Oh, look.
Yes.
I'm like, who's Artie? Looks artsy, dramatic, and well directed. The cast list is one to draw my attention. Marching on to On Demand like a man in silly glasses, 7th of August.
We threw a lot of shade at Johnny Depp in our last episode. Go back to the archives to episode 101 where we talked heaps of shit about him. However,
he threw a lot of shade on his face.
He did. He looks genuinely fucking good in this trailer.
Yes,
I like
this.
The ratings so far are sitting at about 50-50. But I think this is the kind of film which is very niched for those people looking for an artsy-fartsy film like you mentioned.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the kind of film that's going to appease the general cinema goer.
Yes.
You know, so I don't think it's going to be really sort of stand out like that. However, being a particular piece set in a particular period of time, and it's also an adaptation of a time in history which has had several adaptations in the past. It's had plays, it's had novels, it's had books.
Yes.
It's had all different kinds of adaptations. So having another, essentially, or the first big Hollywoodized adaptation, essentially, it's still kind of an indie film, but having an amazing cast, as we said, Robert Pattinson, Johnny Depp, and who else is in? I saw there was one
Mark Rylance. He won an Oscar for alongside Tom Hanks in what was that one? 2015. I'll look that up. But
anyway, So I'm not familiar with the story. In terms of waiting for the barbarians, it's something that hasn't sprung to my attention before. However, as I mentioned, I think it's the production design, the costume design, and the way that they are performing as their characters in this film is what has me intrigued. Yes. I couldn't really care less about the period in time. I've seen things like this before.
No, yeah. I've got no issues with time periods if it's done well.
That's right. That's probably a better way of saying it. So I genuinely think this is going to be good. And fair enough, we said, Johnny Depp, boo, whatever. I genuinely think he looks terrific in this.
No, see, I'm okay with this because it's not an over-the-top exaggerated character. It's just a very forceful character, and he's not dressed up and all dolled up, but I got to think he requested those glasses.
Those glasses, listen, I know they can't...
This is the 19th century. This is the 1800s and he's wearing those?
Yeah, that's a design choice for sure. What I think, though, with that character, like, I know I know I'd bring this up almost every episode.
Yeah, right.
You haven't seen Hellraiser Judgment, the most recent one.
No.
Which Gary Tunnicliffe, the writer and director, plays a character called the Auditor, which has he's got scars all over his face and he's basically recruiting people for them to anyway. Yeah. He's wearing the round glasses, very similar to Johnny Depp in this film. Yeah. And I'm looking at this going, fuck, he could do Pinhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like just the very stone chiseled kind of head shape that he has and the voice that he can put on and the kind of acting that Johnny Depp is capable of.
Yes.
You cover him in the makeup like every film he's ever been in. He could do it, man.
Dude, I'd be okay with that as long as he literally stuck to the roots of Pinhead and didn't try and Alice in Wonderland it.
I honestly think he would.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. Yeah.
And not only that, he's got respect for the art form because Friday the 13th.
Yeah. That's right, exactly.
What? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, you're right.
So yeah, I think Waiting for the Barbarians looks like a good time. I think it's a big time blowout.
I wouldn't read too much into the current reviews being 50-50 because it's only screened at festivals. Yeah. So you get artsy-fartsy people there that go, oh, I didn't like the cinematography.
And regulars.
So that's right, exactly. Irregular Joes.
Yeah.
But either way, let's move on to the final one that we have here for Trailer Park this week.
Big Summer Blunder.
Big Summer Blowout, man. Yeah, no, it looks pretty good. Looks tasty. All right, moving on to the last one that we have this week. We have Target Number 1, also known as Most Wanted. Very confusing at the moment. But moving on, we have Forever a Heartthrob. Mr. Josh Hartnett leads the way in this thriller about a Canadian journalist in 1989 writing a story about a fellow countryman locked up in a Taiwanese prison under drug charges. Due to be executed for his crimes, is there more to the story than meets the eye? As Hartnett's character digs deeper... Stop it! As Hartnett's character digs deeper, he begins to put his and his family's lives in danger. And maybe there is more to this than just a drug smuggle, a government cover-up. There's only one way to find out. Watch the film when it slides onto on-demand and select theaters like a crappy 1989 car drifting around a corner. 10th of July.
This film is telling the story of a man who does not age.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett hasn't aged.
So handsome.
Yeah.
So handsome.
The only problem is like the mustache and hair that he has to have in this film, the wig. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I know it's set in the time, but he's the only one who looks like that in this film.
No, that's exactly... It's true. Because but not only that, when I saw the still before I clicked play on the trailer, it was Hartnett at that glass window, and I was like, oh, he's playing the drug smuggler. And then I went into it and I'm like, oh, he's a free man. Look at... Wait, that dude's the drug...
Yeah, no, he's literally because he looks from the
gross.
90s.
Yeah, he looks dirty. But anyway...
Okay, so overall, we've just watched and reviewed a bunch of trailers which are intriguing, except for the Liam Neeson one. That's how bad it was. I don't even remember it because I didn't watch it.
Exactly.
This left Trailer Park with a pretty sour taste in my mouth because I did not like this trailer at all.
Yeah, understandable.
I like Josh Hartnett and I like Jim Gaffigan. But outside of that, the entire cast, I don't know nor care. Yeah. The story as well, it looks like as I mentioned earlier, like if you want to watch a film about a guy who goes to another country seeking revenge or trying to uncover the truth, just fucking watch Rambo Last Blood. Like it's Taken, similar sort of thing. Obviously different stories, of course. I like Josh Hartnett. I don't like the way the character looks. I mean, fair enough, it may be akin to the real guy if this is based on a true story. I think it is.
It says that it is, but we've got to take that with a grain of salt because Hollywoodized true stories, they exaggerate,
That's right. So I, honestly, with this film, I don't know, but I'm just flat out giving it a what's the word I'm looking for? Big Summer Blunder. We start everything with a B and I get confused because I'm not interested.
No, I completely understand that. Now, you recently on Wednesday's episode mentioned your love for the film The Report with Adam Driver. Now, that's an investigative journalism type film. This is kind of the same. I'm not going to compare them both because obviously this isn't going to be up there with Oscar nominations and stuff, but it's that kind of journalism digging, research, investigative story. That doesn't suck you in at all. No. It's just Hartnett's just too handsome to look at. It's like that trailer we reviewed a couple of weeks ago of the kid who has to literally cover his face because he's just too handsome to look at.
Yeah, that actually looks good.
Looks to die for. That's right. Exactly. It's a very But anyway, I'm going to say big summer blunder as well because for me, this one being a B-level action type thriller film, there are so many more things in front of this on the queue that I would want to watch.
That's right.
This one, it says that it's coming to select theaters and on demand July 17th. That's 2 weeks away. It's not coming here.
Yeah, that's correct. It's not coming to Australia. It's trying for as you mentioned, for a B-rated kind of action film. It's trying too hard to be serious.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of his downfall.
But also, I'm curious about Jim Gaffigan. He's mostly a comedian.
He tends, looks like he's playing a villainous character in this, but very much supporting. So, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. This one's going to come and go.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, that is Trailer Park for the week, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess it's time to, crack into it.
Now, it's been a while before we do this.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just rip straight in.
Yeah,
let's just do it. Let's press this button.
Are you ready?
Yep.
It's time for Yas or Pass. Excited or blinded. Oh, God.
That's worse than the first one.
I know, that's terrible, man. Yeah. But at the same time, at least they know that we didn't sing that, and that's a terrible recording. But ladies and gentlemen, that's right. It is time for Yas or Pass, Excited or blinded. For the first time in about 4 months, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get excited. Now, this week, unfortunately, is going to be a little bit different than our normal structure because there isn't, say, 3 or 4 films coming that I can write clever descriptions for, because everything's reopening. So coming along with the reopening is coming along with the films that were in theaters 4 months ago.
Right. Okay. Yes. Because I wanted to look at your list here and go, what the fuck is happening here? So please explain.
Exactly. Normally, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, there's about 3 or 4 movies that come to theaters each week, and we discuss them coming out, and I write a little description, as I did do for Trailer Park. This week, because everything is coming to theaters this week, because there has been nothing for months. So essentially, I wanted to just list the options that we had. Now, we've already reviewed some of these, so head on over to YouTube and you can see we release the 2 podcasts each week. But going back 4 months ago, there was a shorter video in between all of those, and those are particular reviews of films. Yeah. Exactly. So, for example, Sonic the Hedgehog is coming back. We've already seen that. The Invisible Man, we've already reviewed that. Bloodshot, don't do it to yourself. But if you want to, it's there, Dylan. Jumanji The Next Level, which came out last year, is coming back as well.
So all of these films are getting a re-release, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I assume they just wanted to be able to offer something for everybody.
Yeah.
So they brought back the ones that they still are allowed to play, even though I'd say about 40% of these are already on demand.
I'm surprised Avengers Endgame isn't in this list.
Yeah.
Or Avatar.
Imagine that.
James Cameron, you missed your chance, man.
Exactly. They worked out a deal to have it reopen with theaters, But
that's all that was playing.
Yeah. Bad Boys for Life, that's already had its run. 1917, honestly, might go back and see that, dude. Dead set. Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's older. That's 2018.
I was going to say, but Rami Malek won the Oscar last year. Like in February last year.
Wait, hold on a minute. So Bohemian Rhapsody is coming back. That was his last big film.
Yeah.
But yet, No Time to Die is still being pushed back.
But I'm not sure. So, they've got these. Yeah, exactly. So, yes, that's still pushed back to November. But also, I will just say they've got Dolittle as well. The Gentleman, Knives Out, I will go and see for a 4th time because it's fantastic. Jojo Rabbit, dude. Get amongst it. There's a chance there. Is
that on the list?
Down the bottom.
Down the bottom here.
Yeah. Little Women as well. Yeah. But I will just say as well, Glendale, Katara, and by the way, these are just for Glendale, Katara, and Tuggerah, our 3 reachable theaters around our local area. So check your local guidances. Oh, I haven't said that in months. I love it. Anyway, but I will just give them Event Cinemas a shout out here because they're replaying some classics.
Ooh.
Yes. Now they've got Inside Out.
Yeah.
For one, which is a fantastic family film because there isn't much option for brand new family films at the moment. There is one called Samson.
Except for Trolls World Tour.
We've got September 17th, I believe. We've still got a little bit of a wait, but if you're listening across the world, you've already seen it, so fuck you. But there is one called Sam for the kids that appears to be a new one, but I think based off like a Nickelodeon TV show, like a Nick Jr. show, so it's nothing to jump up and down about and write home about. But so Inside Out is a great other option if your kids haven't seen that. But I will say, out of this entire list, the one that I'm almost leaning towards is Ghostbusters.
So this is Ghostbusters.
This is original Ghostbusters on the big screen at Glendale.
So obviously we've got Ghostbusters Afterlife still in production. Of course.
Yes. So I believe that was pushed back to about August or September. So
can't quite remember, but it'll be relatively soon. Anyway, when I saw Ghostbusters on the list, I was going to ask you, will this be the reboot from 2016? Highly doubtful.
No, this is original.
Yeah, because everybody hated that film. Ghostbusters original. When you said a moment ago that they're going to put some classics back in, I'm sitting there to myself like a giddy little kid being like, please say RoboCop, please say RoboCop. Because I do want to experience that on the big screen one day. However, the last classic film that I got to see in cinema was Alien 2.
Yes, I remember you talking about this briefly.
It was fucking awesome. Taylor and I had literally watched it on Blu-ray like 3 days before, and then we got the email. It was like, hey, do you want to see this on the big screen? Yeah. Absolutely. So that's so cool. Fair enough, you can see things that you weren't really supposed to see on tape back in the day. It's been polished and cleared.
No, of course.
And you can see the miniatures and things like that so much better now. But Ghostbusters is such a classic.
Yes.
I think that's probably on the top of my list, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Yeah. I was like, fuck, can this be our review next week?
Yeah.
Can this be DTC?
The reason that I'm picking that one over the others, because obviously there are other films which I would want to see more.
Yeah.
In saying that, Sonic the Hedgehog, I do want to see that again. However, that sits below The Invisible Man.
No, that's right.
Because that is fucking awesome. But I'm kind of tossing up between Invisible Man and 1917.
Yeah?
Because to see that on the big screen again.
I will just say, like I said, there is that Sam Kids movie. There is also a film called Love, Sarah. It's a drama made for, I'd say, mid-40-year-old housewives. That's,
right up your alley.
Yeah, but that we're not going to see. So that one is a fresh one to cinemas, but it's not worth me writing a description for. There was also Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs, another kids film. Look it up if you have kids, if you want to take them to that. The Current War, do you remember that one?
We mentioned it, yes.
Yeah, it's an older one. I think it was in the last session for Yelso Pass before cinemas shut down. So it had a very minute run. Makes sense that it's coming back for a little bit.
Wait a minute.
That's the one with Benedict Cumberbatch and I can't remember. I want to say Nick Offerman because he has a mustache, this person, but it's not him.
Michael Shannon.
Shannon.
Hold on 1 minute. No, is it Michael Shannon? Yeah, it is Michael Shannon.
Yeah,
I just
that's
saw that
the one about Thomas Edison and Westinghouse.
Nikola Tesla.
With
Nicholas Hoult plays Tesla and Tom Holland as well in it. Yeah, that one actually looked good.
That one looked good. My issue with that is it's a 2018 film. And it's taken this long to get here. Yeah, so I don't want to pay them to see it in the cinema, you know? That's just kind of
right. I can pay
a little bit out of spite.
I can pay $5 and rent it online.
Exactly, that's right.
And that's why I won't be going to, as much as I love Knives Out, Inside Out, Jumanji.
They are available for...
Yeah, and even Sonic now. Even The Invisible Man is now out for Blu-ray, which I was going to buy it the other day, but I just can't bring myself to spend $30 on something I can rent. I don't know. I'm at that point.
But you've got to remember as well, as much as I know you're a physical collector of things, you've got to remember we are constantly week to week having to force ourselves to watch new shit.
Yeah.
So you got to think about the investment of I might get to watch this again once this year.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so outside of that, there was also Bellbird, another drama film down the list. There's only 1 or 2 sessions across the board there, so that's not really worth it. So honestly, man, out of our options for our very first week back at cinemas, theaters reopened yesterday if you're listening to this on Friday.
Yep.
Here in Australia. So out of our options, I myself, Invisible Man I would see again.
Yep.
Definitely Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And I'd say I would want to go and see The Gentleman or Knives Out or Jojo Rabbit again.
Oh, wait. The Gentleman is on the... I didn't even see The Gentleman on the list.
The Gentleman's hidden down there as well.
Did you end up seeing that?
Yeah. We reviewed that.
Yeah. But I remember, I don't think I went with you to see that. I think I went...
Oh, we haven't properly gone together and planned that shit out for a while.
Yeah, but The Gentleman was fucking awesome.
No, exactly.
I think that was what my first film this year, and I was like, great start.
Yeah, exactly. That kicked off our year.
Yeah.
That brilliantly kicked off our year. So
brilliant movie. It makes me want to drink scotch so much.
Raymond.
Play a game with me, Raymond.
Play a game.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay, so from my picks, it's The Invisible Man, I was about to say SpongeBob, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ghostbusters, and of course The Gentleman for me.
Okay, considering we have already reviewed Sonic the Hedgehog, Invisible Man, and what was the other one? The Gentleman,
and
1917.
Will this be a Bad Boys for Life?
Fuck no.
Okay, cool.
Fuck no,
that's
dude.
fine.
No,
I'm cool with that.
No, there's a reason I literally touched on that once and moved on. No, dude, honestly, let's have it like a a DTCR old school.
I'm keen as fuck for Ghostbusters.
We're going to go and see Ghostbusters, dude?
I'll go see Ghostbusters.
On the big screen?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Fuck yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so Yasuo Pass is back. It's not in its fully evolved level 3 evolution form yet.
Level 3.
But it will be hopefully in, I think, 2 weeks. Next week might be a little bit odd as well. They're going to add in a few things. But I believe in 2 weeks we have Tenet coming out. Christopher Nolan's new film. That one, the schedule never changed. And thank God, because 2 weeks from cinemas reopening, Tenet will get all the monies.
And I'm keen for that one because I like Chris Nolan films. I mean,
and Robert Pattinson and I can't remember his name.
And the other dude.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm very much looking forward to Ghostbusters and of course Tenet and like, having a regular schedule back to what it was before.
That's right.
As per normal.
Yeah, so next Wednesday we'll be back to news and actual DTCR review.
That's right.
Of the theaters.
But in celebration of things reopening as well, did you get the email the other day, which I posted on our Instagram here at 2C3 Pod, Event Cinemas Glendale, half-price tickets.
I know. It's fantastic.
Everybody just get in there.
Dude, seriously, get in there. I had a quick squiz at one of the sessions to see opening day and have a look at the way that the cinema's formatted and stuff. And my God, it looked weird.
So, what's
there was one singular ticket bought that I saw for this session, and it crosses out all around it. So once you purchase that ticket, it crosses out around it.
So you're essentially buying 5 seats in one, technically.
To a degree, but that's just how it's going to be with all of these social distancing.
That's going to be so fucking annoying for people who don't like to sit in their assigned seats, like me. Like,
exactly.
Sit in your assigned seats.
That's
now.
right.
Like, but maybe this is where Rona started. They blame it on the bat, but maybe it was people who weren't sitting in their assigned seats.
Exactly. They put it back to a cinema in Colorado. God, why did I mention Colorado cinemas?
I have no idea. What's
oh
on
my
your
God.
mind?
No, I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is Yasuo Pass, our first edition back. And we are going to see fucking Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that it came to that.
Look forward to an exclusive review of Ghostbusters next week in our Friday episode and, of course, separate to YouTube. But most importantly as well, I think that has been our show.
Absolutely. That has been Friday.
Week. That has been our Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into Two's Company 3's a podcast. We've just had a Ripper Wednesday. Go back in the archives and listen to episode 102. It's chock-a-blocked, full of news topics and such. And then, obviously, Yasuo Pass Trailer Park right now. So make sure you head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at 2C3 Pod. Give us a like, share, and subscribe on all of those platforms.
Absolutely. And wherever you're listening to or watching us, thank you for your continued support. And whether it is Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or of course YouTube, Big Summer Blower, make sure that you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to whatever platform it is, and if your platform has a way to review or rate us, absolutely do it. 5 stars, write something for us. We would greatly appreciate it. That helps us on the business end.
That's right. Now, you can support the show as well, additionally, outside of just supporting us, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that jazz, by supporting us through tpublic.com and redbubble.com, where we have brand new merchandise items available. T-shirts, T-shirts, mugs, fridge magnets, and stickers, all available there with brand new designs on them, as well as other branding T-shirts and merchandise as well. Get yourself some tasty merch over there at TeePublic and Redbubble.
Absolutely. But not only that, if you wanted to support us through Patreon.
Yes, we have Patreon. 3 exclusive affordable tiers which give you the Patreon's exclusive benefits. Now, exclusive benefit level number 1, which is just called the producer, gives you producer credits, which we'll read out in just a moment.
Heck yeah.
Automatic entries into all giveaways, and of course, early access to every episode as soon as they're made available.
That's across the board. And then as you step down through the things, you get a little bit more.
No, you mean step up.
Step up, of course. You've got to step up to the streets and dance. Level 1, every tier gets those, and then the second level you get a little nugget, and then the fifth.
Okay, so for $1 a month, $1 a month, you get early access to all episodes.
You're just going to repeat it?
Yeah, but I'm going to say how much they cost. Okay. $1 Australian dollar gives you early access to all episodes, gives you, what else did I say? Producer credit, and of course, automatic entries into giveaways.
Yep.
For $2 a month, gives you all of that, but of course, access to bonus audio content we're going to be producing very soon.
Absolutely.
And for $5 a month, gives you all of that, as well as an exclusive TCT Pack 2C3 Pod sticker, and of course, bonus Blast of the Past episode based on the movie of your choice.
Movie, TV show of your choice. You get to pick the bonus content that the other fuckers get to hear, and they'll have to jump up to $5 to make you listeners something they want. That's right. Oh, it's amazing. But we, as you said, we do have some lovely people we wanted to shout out. Yep. Alice Reddit is a bloody hero of ours, and of course we have our bloody legends, Courtney Harris and Jerry Steinfeld. Unfortunately, not the real one. But not only that, if you wanted to contact us for any business inquiries, or you wanted to just throw us some money through PayPal, two'scompany3'spodcast@gmail.com. Every dollar you do comes straight back into the show.
Absolutely. New podcasts every week, every Wednesday and every Friday. Wednesdays being news and reviews, what we've watched that week, whether it's a film or a TV show, but we'll be back to what we've watched. Very brief, but also most importantly, DTC.
Oh my God, I'm so
Two's Company Three's Podcast does the cinema. And then obviously back to Friday's Trailer Park and Yas or Pass.
What you just heard.
That's right. But of course, we've got fucking hours and hours and hours and hours.
Dude.
And hours of video content.
I think I can change it from hours now. I believe we have
centuries.
No. Days. We have days of content on YouTube. Just search 2C3Pod. Find that lovely icon designed by Gun Gear and Graphics. Thank you, Tyler. Yep. Click subscribe, ring the bell, and make us very happy. And every video you view, just like it. Just make sure to like it, and then go to the comments and go, lol.
Yeah, leave us a review there too.
All of that shit helps, trust me.
Yes, of course. Now, not only that too, but if you're also into Twitch gaming, whether it's on Twitch or Facebook gaming as well, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz, you can find me, Dylan2C3Pod, on all those platforms. Links down below. But of course,
Mitchell 2C3Pod. I changed it and I love it and I haven't used it.
Excellent. You will very soon, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, everybody. What were you about to say? You were.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, but out of the streams, please, Dylan2C3Pod. He looks professional. Mine looks like very clearly a dude with a PlayStation. That's it.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Yes. This has been a ripper episode. We will see you next Wednesday. My name is Dylan, and as always, with my co-host,
Mitchell. And do not forget, we are Two's Company, and you are the podcast. Oh, yeah.
That's the right one. Yeah.
You don't have the hot sauce in here.
No, I don't. I'll have to go get that.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking around after the closing credits, as I like to call them. We do trivia every episode. Yep. On Wednesdays, I do trivia, and on Fridays, Dylan does trivia. At the moment, the scorecard is Mitchell 11 of 25. And then we have Dylan 12 of 24, looking to push that lead back out to a 2 margin.
You call us film podcast people, dudes? Nah, we don't know.
These questions are hard.
Yeah.
But if we get the questions wrong, we do have to have a quick dab of the Godslayer fucking hot sauce.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. Will Dylan be joining me in the dab?
It's an excellent way to go to bed.
And I believe... Yeah, exactly. It's great. All the hiccups. In the 2004 American comedy Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, what musical instrument does Ron play?
Oh, it's a flute. Trumpet? No, it's not. No. What is it? What's the thing called?
I need the actual proper...
So it's not a flute?
No, you're right, but there's something else. It's a very particular style of flute.
Oh.
No, dude, come on. I really...
Jazz flute?
Well done, ladies and gentlemen. He got it. Thank you. I was like, you can't say he plays the flute because it is a jazz flute, and you know
I got it. Yes,
exactly.
No
well done. So I'm supposed to be having hot sauce right now, but I guess I'll just chug this mug.
Yep, full of hot sauce.
Man, there's so much Godslayer. No, we'll quickly run out and grab that and post that on social media or some shit. Yeah. Okay, but I'm going to do it. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you on Wednesday.